Hi, happy day. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. I sometimes say things and people who are meant to hear them are like, whoa, wow, what? This is me. This is talking about me and wow. And I'm supposed to be someone. So I took this at 22 seconds as I say this. So I took this at 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I went to like elongate it and it ended up being 2 minutes, 22 seconds, point 2 of a second. Whatever. Anyway. But this word demonstratively has been coming up a lot for me. Like a lot. Like today specifically. And so whenever I go to look it up, I'm looking it up right now for the first time and I'm reading it. So here it is. Demonstratively means in a way that openly shows feelings or behaves in a way that clearly expresses emotion, especially affection. It can also refer to being characterized or established by demonstration or indicating that one referred to and pointing it out from others of the same kind. Demonstratively can describe someone who is expressive of their emotions, especially love or affection. For example, a demonstrative person might hug and kiss someone they love or express their feelings openly. In a broader sense, demonstratively can also mean to show something clearly. For example, a demonstration might demonstratively show how a machine works. In grammar, demonstrative pronouns like this, that, these, and those are used to point out or refer to something specific. I like this car. You also got a 222. I stopped reading it at 222, by the way. 222 is a 6 through patience, kindness, thankfulness. 2222 is an 8 through patience, kindness, thankfulness, diplomacy. A 717 as well. That's going to be 6. 15006. So it's going to be love and starting an expansive journey. An expansive journey starts. And it's going to be spiritual in nature, analytical. That's going to be surrounding the journey. So it might be a little bit like spirituality, then relief on that journey, and then love. So, yeah. Perhaps there's something that you haven't been clearly expressing or openly showing feelings about. Perhaps like people think that you're a little bit more elusive, a little bit more cold, and you think that you aren't that because you do care so much about people, but people don't know that. 404 as I say this. So people don't know that about you because you don't really let people in enough for them to know that about you. Even if you say it, like, it's still like, okay, but if you act some type of way, like, whatever. 422 as I say this, 424 as I say this. So it's just about the karmic balance, and you can start this. This is something that you can definitely do. This is something that you already have started, really. 434 has opened my eyes. So, and it's a path that you're destined to be on. It's a part of your life path, most likely. Like getting to that point where you're like, okay, no, I'm not gonna allow this energy, and yes, I will allow this energy. And you don't really have to explain it to anyone. You don't really feel like you have to like shout it from the rooftops. This is just how you're living now. And so you are demonstrating it. And it's important for you to demonstrate your life, or like what you're doing. Like you're just doing it. You're leading by doing, as opposed to pointing and directing, or you're doing it. Yeah, you are the demonstration. You're the example. And for once, it's for once, it's in a good way. I like said 532 is whenever I open up my eyes like that. And then 538. So that's a 5588. 7. Starting up another journey and beginning 8. This is gonna really help with your finances a lot. This is really gonna be something that you can. It really is gonna just help open up an energy for you. Realizing that perhaps your communication isn't as clear as you may think, or you may not be as expressive as you may think. And that might be because 616, as I say this, because maybe somebody, whenever you were younger or whatever, was just like, you are too much all the time. And so you like act so small. So like you think that like you being overly expressive is that like most people aren't even for that freaked out. You're like, oh, I freaked out on them. And then if they played it back, you're like, oh, don't you do that. And you had to say, don't you do that. And that's you freaking out on them. Like, bruh. And no, you better lay a better foundation than that. Oh, Lordy. Okay, that's it. I'm keeping it low-key for a few more days. When the time comes, there's going to be a pretty cool thing for everyone. But in the meantime, I am doing the work. And also, in the meantime, lovies, keep a lookout for the numbers. Stay synchronized. If there are any numbers that you've been seeing during this time of silence, or that's what I've been calling it anyway, because I've just been getting so little communication. I think that's on purpose, because they know dang well I'll hop right on here, and if y'all are supposed to hear, y'all are supposed to hear it. But anyway, if this made any sense to you, let me know. And let me know what made sense to you. Because I sometimes feel like each word, or like not each word, but like each sentence, like or like the subjects I jump to, or for like a few different people. But I also want to see like who else resonates with the same thing specifically. And if y'all could talk to each other and see what y'all think. Let me know what numbers y'all been seeing and whatnot. 811. As I say that, all the numbers that I see now are all over the place, so it's a little bit more random. I read whatever number comes to me. And what I will say is, whenever you can find meaning in numbers, then that means you could find meaning in anything. And sometimes in the world that we're living in, it can be hard to find meaning or a purpose or fulfillment. And even if we just have to go back to 1, 2, 3, go back to 1, go back to yourself, and then go to 2, and then 3. Whatever allows us to take a moment to be present. Something that my mom taught me really young was to open up a Bible, like think and feel and ask a question, and I would flip to a Bible and put my finger down and I'd read the line. And see how it applied to me. And they do that same thing in a lot of like practices where they'll just go by one line. one scripture. I'm not sure if I'm using that right, but and they read it and read it until they comprehend it, so much so that it's a part of them. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to know it. It is a part of them. So part of that comprehension is moving in that prayer and moving in that study to practice it, to understand how that fits on you with your specific recipe of person. You have a lot of tools at your disposal, and yet you choose to do it by hand. You could easily take the time to create the space so you can craft whatever you need to craft. But instead, you're doing it on the fly and on the go, and there's a mess all over. And now you're tripping over the mess and it's causing mayhem. You have a skill, and you also have the skill to provide a home for it so it isn't overruling the area. What? Okay, I'm good. I'm hopping off 12 on the dot when I say that. Much love. Much love. Y'all keep a lookout for the numbers. Stay synchronized. In the meantime, lovies, that's what I was trying to say. If y'all want, I've been getting a lot of emails requesting readings, and I'm sorry for not responding sooner. If you do want a reading, you can email me. You can send me or you can be on Patreon. If you are signing up for free, hop into the free chat that's there. If you're having trouble, just comment on this video and let me know you're having trouble, and we will figure something out together. But if you are wanting to see about getting a reading, I do help with some readings at all the tiers for the Patreons, so it could be a little bit more accessible for people who are not local, able to get local readings. So, anywho, much love, y'all.